What's up guys, it's Avery here. Today we're going to walk through how you can actually buy that first stock, because it isn't just as simple as buy that stock and you're going to become rich. Although if you do it enough times, that actually might become a reality. So we're just going to go ahead, hop on into my really nice, perfectly crisp MacBook Pro, and then see how we can actually purchase that first stock. And I'm going to be doing it on Vanguard because that is a platform that I like to use. But there's a bunch of other different platforms, and I did a video recently on opening your first investment account and which type of platform you want to pick. If you want to check it out, we'll do it up here or in the description below, but let's get into it. Alright, so right now we are in the computer and we are looking at Vanguard's website. I have logged in. I'm not doing a video on how you can actually set up your Vanguard site. It is fairly simple and it will take a couple of days in order for you to be able to start funding that account and then actually purchasing stocks on the account. Essentially, you're going to have to do some bank verification, write in your social security number, address verification, make sure that you're a real person so that they allow you to invest in their platform. But pretty simply, when you're here, you're going to have your account set up. Either you're going to have your taxable brokerage or your Roth or traditional IRA, depending on the amount of money that you're earning and the type of account that you have opened. I here have a Roth IRA as well as my taxable brokerage account. And the first thing that you need to do in order to purchase a stock would actually be figuring out how you get money into your account. And the way you do that on Vanguard, and I do like Vanguard as an investment platform, but I will say that it is not very well laid out and not super straightforward about how you actually go about purchasing stocks. But pretty simply, all you're going to do here is go over to My Accounts on the top left and then click Buy and Sell. So after you've clicked buy and sell, you'll end up on this screen right here and you can transfer money. I'm not going to go through the process of transferring money, but it's pretty simple. And you wouldn't think that clicking on buy and sell, you would go to how to fund your account, but this is how they have it set up. Pretty simple. You just go to transfer to and from bank, and then you're going to click from your bank, and you'll have to verify your bank account information to put it in so that you can actually transfer that money, and then select to Vanguard. And then it'll go into what is considered your money market or settlement fund. I forget the actual name. But we're going to be trading ETFs or stocks. And just so you know, the stock market is open for trading between 9:30 and 4 p.m. So that is typically when I'm going to be purchasing my stocks. So here we're going to go trade ETFs or stocks. And we're going to go into the specific portal on where you can actually purchase those stocks. So once we've made it to the buy and sell page, it's pretty simply laid out here that you have to select your account. So if you have multiple accounts, you have to figure out which one that you are purchasing with. So I'm going to go with my Roth IRA account right here. And I have $163 available to trade. And that just means that I have put that amount of money into my Vanguard account, and I have monthly automatic investments set up so that I send money to Vanguard so that I can determine which type of fund or stock that I want to purchase. And I have this amount left over, and pretty simply determining that amount and then looking at the type of stock or ETF or fund that you want to buy, just hit that buy button. And I'm going to buy some VYM because I know that it is under that $163 amount. And come the end of the video, I will tell you guys how you can set up those automatic investments. It's also pretty easy in this platform and something you should definitely do if you are struggling with starting out investing, because if you just automatically take that money out of your checking account, you're not really going to need to think about it, and you're not going to feel like it's your money anymore, and you're not going to have to worry about spending it if it just automatically goes to your investment account and you can start investing. So I have that VYM set up, and I can check the number of shares that I could purchase. If you want to calculate your dollars to shares, see that I have $163 available. So the estimated shares is 1, which I already knew, but if it was less than that, say they were only $80 a share, I could buy 2 shares. So I'm going to use this quantity. And then what pops up here that a lot of people get thrown off about are there are 4 types of different orders that you could actually purchase a stock as. So we're going to get into all 4 of those and what each means and which one that you could pick. So first I'm going to go through the different types of orders that you can purchase, and we'll end with market because it is the simplest. And next I'll go with limit and then stop and stop limit. So if you have a limit, you are going to have to put in the limit price. And what this really means is the price that you are willing to purchase this particular stock or ETF for. So for example, if you were investing in my YouTube channel because you felt like hitting that subscribe and like button and tapping that notification bell really wasn't enough, and you really wanted to invest in my channel more than just that, and it is trading currently at $15 a share to invest into Avery's YouTube channel, but you're thinking that is well overvalued. He is only worth $12 per share. So you would put in $12 at your limit price, as well as set a duration that you believe that that price is going to get to between that certain period of time. So that necessarily means once you hit that buy, you're not actually going out right away and purchasing a stock. That means that you're only going to purchase that stock if it gets down to that $12 amount. And if it doesn't in the duration that you set, then the transaction won't actually happen. And the important thing to note is that is when the buy will be triggered. That doesn't necessarily mean what you'll actually buy it at. So if you put it at $12 and within 3 minutes it goes back up to 15, and that's when the order is actually fulfilled, that's how much you'll be purchasing it for. And this really only plays a part in an extremely volatile stock, or if there's some type of market flash crash and it increases quite high again. So that's something you need to think about when you're actually purchasing a stock and when it actually goes through. So when you're buying it versus when that order is actually fulfilled by the platform. So a stop order is going to be a little bit different. For example, again, if it is selling at $15 a share, that stock in my YouTube channel, and then we are thinking that it's going to be a big upward swing and we're going to purchase it at $17 a share, that's when we would actually purchase that specific stock once it gets to that $17, because we believe there's going to be a gigantic upward swing, but we don't want to bet on it until it's gone up to that amount. And if, for example, it goes way down and down and down, you never actually purchase that stock. And similar here, you have a duration that you have to choose for when you believe there is going to be that upward swing. And then the same thing would work the opposite on a sale. If you don't want to sell it until it hits that $13 amount, then it's going to just be all of the things in opposite, and you won't have to sell until it hits $13. But if it keeps going up and up and up, then you won't sell during that period that you have set. Now, the negative thing here with a stop order is if you have that sell for $13 and then all of a sudden there is that flash crash and it goes down to $12, and now your stop order has been triggered and then your order has been fulfilled, but maybe 3 hours later the stock goes back up and really goes up to $20, but you have already sold and you have already accepted and realized those losses that you can't get back, and that is the one issue with the stop order. So a stop limit really is just combining both of those. So again, in that example, you have a $15 share and you have a stop price of $17 and then a limit of $19. That means that it is going to purchase once it gets up to that $17 amount, and then stops at the limit of $19. So it will no longer purchase once it gets to that $19 amount. So it's really just combining those two, and then same with that day, you'll have your duration that you want to choose that you think that is going to be available for. And the reason these stop and stop limit orders are good is to potentially hedge you from any large losses, as well as the fact that it can monitor these accounts if you're not able to be actively trading all the time during the day. And then the last one, and the one that I normally use, is just a market order. And this is very simple. You are just going to be purchasing at what the current market rate is for that specific share. So if it's trading at $15 a share, you do a market order, you will purchase it at $15 a share. Most likely because when you purchase that stock, it's not necessarily fulfilled at that exact moment. Could go up by 50 cents, and that's actually what you end up purchasing it for. So market order is more right now, so it's better, in my opinion, to just be purchasing that during those trading hours between 9:30 and 4. And market orders are what I typically do. So if we want to actually go ahead and have me purchase this, because the whole point of this here was showing you how to buy that stock, if I'd really appreciate it if you go ahead, smash that like button before I hit preview order and buy. It's just down there, super easy for you to do. You can do it at the same time that I hit preview order. All right, you ready? 3, 2, smash. All right, so we're previewing the order, preparing, and shows right here that I am going to be purchasing this, and it's estimated at $102.49. Could come in lower or higher. We'll see what happens when I actually get the invoice later. And I still have some available funds to trade, but nothing that I want to trade right now. So that'll just sit in my Vanguard account, and I will eventually purchase more later when I have more funds. So that's really pretty much it. There's not a whole lot more to think about when it comes to actually purchasing a stock, and that's all you really need to do. And personally, I go ahead and utilize that market order because I think it's just easier, and I am long-term investing. The other type of orders seem to be for people who are more interested in doing short-term trading or day trading, whereas I'm just buying broad market-based index funds or ETFs in hopes for long-term gains that I'm not really thinking about. And eventually I will just have a huge bucket of money that I'm sitting on because I've invested so much of the YouTube ad revenue that I'm getting, because so many of you out there are watching my videos and watching the ads all the way through. Really appreciate that. And really, that's why I'm not doing the other types, just the market order, so I have less to think about and I'm doing a long-term buy and hold play. All right, and then the last thing before we get going is figuring out how you can set up those automatic investments, because this is a very important thing for people to do, especially if they're not super excited about putting their money towards some type of investment, because at the time when you're purchasing it, it doesn't really feel like you're getting anything. Although in the long run, it'll be very beneficial for you to have some type of investments in the stock market. So really all you need to do here is go to My Accounts, and you will go to Profile and Account Settings, which I'm on right here. And then you have Most Common Actions, and Automatic Investment is right there, where you can set up these automatic investments. And it's pretty much just as simple as that. You can see here I have my automatic amount that goes straight into my Roth IRA every month, and that's really all that happens, and I don't have to think about it. And if you want to edit or add or do something different and add automatic transactions up here, you can go ahead and do that, and it makes it a whole lot simpler than figuring out how to add money into your account every single time. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed that video. It really helps me out for the YouTube algorithm. And share this video with your friends so that they also know how to invest their money. So when someone on TikTok or Instagram Reels is yelling at them to invest, they know exactly what they can go ahead and do. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. If you really like me here, you'll maybe like me there. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.